appreciate you being here. Okay, and it looks as though we are recording. I'm going to share my screen so that you have something to follow along with. It's my firm belief that it's always nice to have something to follow along with. I'm a visual learner myself, so I always kind of appreciate having something to watch while it's being taught out. So here we go. First of all, let me begin by introducing myself to you. My name is Rebecca Leonardis. I am the owner here at LeoTree Wellness, and one of my main passions, I'm sure you figured by now, is to chat and educate on essential oils. And I love sharing our foundational class, which is Essential Oils Made Easy. But I also love integrating relevant topics, so relevant to the time of year, relevant to our current experience. So tonight just made sense for us to really zero in on and focus and explore immunity and all that encompasses. Now, the information that I'm going to share with you will land differently for everyone. So if you have questions, I'm going to encourage you to know that you can reach out to me. You can do that in a variety of ways. You can text, you can DM me on either Instagram or Facebook, you can email me. Whatever method of communication feels right for you, you're going to be encouraged to do that. And I'll share how you can reach me on one of our upcoming slides. So you can jot it down or you can take a screenshot, whatever really works best for you. But like I said, the information will land differently for all of us. And that's why it's so key to go beyond what you learned tonight. So we're going to talk foundational information on oils, but we're also going to spend some zeroed in time on immunity. So wherever you're at in life or wherever your health goals are going to create a perspective for you on this. So just know that essential oils, truly, I believe this with my whole heart. I've been with doTERRA now for 6.5 years, educating people on the profound ways that it can just create a better life experience for you physically, mentally, emotionally. And I believe they're for everybody. I don't think there's a single person on the face of our planet who won't benefit from using therapeutic grade essential oils. I know that's a bold statement, but that is a statement that I stand by because everyone stands to gain something really special, truly extraordinary from the use of these products. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, my name is Rebecca. So if you want to be sending me information while I'm chatting, I don't check the chat box while I'm speaking because I'm one of those people who has to focus on what I'm doing, but I do check the chat after the class. And if you had a question and it wasn't resolved through the content of the class, I will make a point to circle back with you and make sure that you get the information you're looking for, okay? So the chat box can easily be found at the bottom of your screen as well. You just click on chat and you can type in your questions there. If you're newer to Zoom, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Okay, so the goal of tonight's class is to give you the most basic information. It's truly what you need to know before you can tack on all of the other stuff and get really into specialized topics. So the goal of tonight's class is pretty simple. I want to empower you, and that's going to include sharing with you 3 cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use the oils, and then ultimately I'll end the class by sharing with you how you can bring the essential oils into your home, because chances are very high that you're going to resonate with the message and you will be curious on how you can get your hands on these. So what I'll do is I'll show you a few of our starter collections because they are always the best value. And then you can decide for yourself where it leads you, okay? But we always like to make sure you know the most value-packed way to get started. So I'll share that at the very end, so stick around. Let's start with the 3 coolest things about essential oils. This is my favorite thing to teach out to people because it just, it's the best stuff to know. The first cool thing is that these oils, doTERRA specific, are safe. They're 100% natural, pure essential oils. They can be used on all members of the family. So we're talking babies, we're talking seniors, We're talking anyone in your family that typically would be considered sensitive, they can use essential oils. Now, we're going to get into the ways you can use essential oils. So I'll share some safety tips with you and some highly, highly recommended ways that you can limit sensitivity for those individuals. But the safety is so key in this piece. You want to know that your entire family can use these products if you're going to bring them into your home. And the answer in the case of doTERRA oils is yeah, everyone can use them. So they have no side effects and they have no risk of addiction either. So depending on what brought you to this class, many people are looking to replace a lot of products they're currently using, and that could include some medications. So it's really important for you to know that no side effects and no addictions are part of what makes these oils so safe for you to be able to use on all members of the family. Now, essential oils are from plants. They are from all different parts of the plant. So it could be the stem, the blossom, the bark, the buds. Basically, the essential oil, depending on the plant, can be sourced from various parts of that plant. And when it lives in the plant, it's the defense or the immunity of that plant. It's literally what protects it in nature. We are then harnessing that power and leveraging it for our own healthcare. So if you never knew that before, that's kind of a cool thing to take in. There are amazing health benefits, and when it comes to doTERRA, you really need to know what sets this brand apart from all of the others. And that is this notion that all of our essential oils, every single batch, every single product you'll ever get your hands on, has a label on it that says CPTG. And that stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Essential Oil. Why is that important to you? It's important to you because these oils have been tested 54 different times, different ways, to make sure that there are no pesticides, there are no contaminants or residues of any kind in the bottle that you're about to use on yourself and on your family, so that we can verify the safety of that product. You see, doTERRA's goal is to pursue what's pure. Therefore, the goal is to make sure everything that reaches you, the end consumer, is pure and is potent. So that label I told you about, the CPTG, is a certification label that it has gone through this rigorous 54-step process to verify its potency and its purity. That's a big deal. We have a lot of hospitals, a lot of physicians who are now using essential oils in their holistic health practice. And while the label of CPTG might not be your top priority, it is for them. And it's worth, as soon as you know that something like that is important, it really does start to pique your curiosity. You'll start wondering, well, do the other oils do this? Other brands of oils? Because let's face it, we can buy oils anywhere these days. We can get them at Walmart. We can get them at our favorite health food store. We can get them at the dollar store now. And the funny thing about anywhere you purchase them is that these bottles have labels on them that say things like organic, or they say pure on them. So we're left with this impression that all oils are treated the same. And that's simply not the case. In fact, I like to compare essential oils to food, just to kind of really give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. There is no regulating body that controls the safety of essential oils. In the whole industry, there is no governing body that controls the safety. So any brand can create an essential oil and call it organic or call it pure or 100% natural, all those words that we love, right, as a consumer. And there's zero follow-up on things like that. So doTERRA has adopted this labeling process, this 54-step labeling process, and has literally set the gold standard for safety and purity in the essential oils industry. This is a really big deal. The more you start to uncover about the oils, the more you will really realize what a big deal that truly, truly is. So it's also important for you to know when it comes to the potency that they're really potent. They do what they say they're going to do. So if you're someone who's ever used herbs, maybe even just had an herbal tea, I want you to consider for a minute that oils are actually 50 to 70 times more potent than their herbal counterpart. So to illustrate that further, a single drop of doTERRA's peppermint essential oil is like consuming 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's a lot of tea. And I love sharing that with you just to give you an idea. Now, if we were together right now, I would love the opportunity to actually get peppermint out right now. And if you have it, get your doTERRA peppermint out and do this for yourself. Take the lid off, put a single drop of peppermint in the palm of your hand, and dip your opposite index finger into that drop, and then swipe the roof of your mouth with the peppermint. If you haven't experienced this before, you're in for a treat. It has an immediate cooling sensation. It'll open up the sinuses. It creates a sensation of alert and focus. It's really pretty awesome. Now, with what's left over on the palm of your hand where you drop that peppermint, I would love for you to take that and massage it into areas where you typically carry tension. So that could be behind your neck, perhaps in your temples. I've had some people tell me it's the top of their head, like the crown area. Just apply it wherever you typically carry the tension. And now you'll begin to notice the cooling sensation that peppermint has against the skin. So now you've got it in the roof of your mouth, you've got it against your skin, and you're really starting to experience the power of a single drop of essential oil. Now, the residual peppermint that's left on the palm of your hand, I want you to do something cool with that as well. I want you to cup your hands and place the cupped hands over your nose. This is what we call scent tenting. So as you place your hands over your nose, I want you to take, as close as you can to your nose, take a few deep breaths, and you will notice, you will feel the cooling sensation through your respiratory tract. It will open up the sinuses even further, even beyond that swipe in the mouth. And you will feel a genuine sense of alertness. And we do all of that when we spend time together, remember those days, to illustrate the power of a single drop of peppermint essential oil. So if you don't have it with you, I want you to imagine it. Perhaps one day when you bring peppermint into your life, do that little exercise for yourself so that you can get a sense for what we're talking about. I'm going to move on to the second coolest thing about essential oils, and that is that they are extremely effective. In fact, more effective than modern approaches to health problems today. If you work in healthcare, I want you to bear with me just for a moment, because I'm going to take things back to Biology 101 and describe this in the simplest way so that we can really all feel like we understand how the essential oils work and what makes them more effective than modern approaches. This is an important thing to know, especially if you're choosing to bring them into your home for therapeutic purposes, right? Our bodies are made up of 75 trillion cells. And each one of those cells is coated, just imagine my fist as a cell, if you don't mind. Each one of those cells is coated with an oily cell membrane. Now, the role of that cell membrane is to protect the cell. It's to keep out harmful invaders like bacteria and fungus and virus. So it is oily, keep that in mind. And oftentimes, when we visit our physicians, we present symptoms that maybe showcase a bacterial infection. Now keep in mind, bacteria likes to live on the outside of a cell, okay? Virus, on the other hand, is a little trickier to get to because it lives and replicates itself on the inside of a cell, okay, where it's then protected. When you visit your physician with a bacterial infection, you likely get a prescription, and that prescription is something you'll take between 7 to 10 days, and it'll work. It'll do what it was meant to do, but it also comes with a host of side effects, and some of those can present as yeast infections or stomach discomfort. Some of them are things that you don't see, like immune suppression or hormone disruption. all things that you really don't want to add to your plate, right? But that's what happens with many of our prescription medications. Now, let's imagine, so the bacterial infection, we can take care of that one. The virus, like I mentioned before, it's trickier to get to because it's on the inside of the cell. And when you go to your physician and present symptoms of a viral infection, typically the advice is go home, get your rest, basically ride it out, drink lots of fluids. And that's basically what we're told to do, especially right now because our healthcare system is so overwhelmed. And to be honest with you folks, the reason that we're unable to effectively treat viral infections, again, it lives on the inside of the cell, is that our prescription medications are made of a water-based synthetic molecule. So water-based, trying to penetrate an oily cell membrane. We remember oil and water just simply don't mix, right? So that watery synthetic molecule, it's never going to get in there and be able to penetrate the cell to get in there and kill the virus. So that's why we're left to, treat these situations basically on our own, so to speak. And this is where things get super special. You'll never be able to not know this now that you're about to know. Essential oils are different, and this is what really sets them apart, friends. And please do your own research on this. Do your own due diligence. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for anything is my advice. But I hope I'm going to pique your curiosity enough that you will take a look for yourself and confirm what I'm saying. Prove me wrong if you can, but this is truth speak right here. Essential oils can penetrate that oily cell membrane because they are they are oil-based. So they penetrate the oily cell membrane and they have antiviral compounds, making them highly effective at not only getting into the cell, but eliminating the virus. This is what truly sets essential oils apart from modern approaches to healthcare today. And keep in mind, we've already shared this. There are no side effects and no risk of addiction. So pretty special to know this, right? And allows you this sense of empowerment, knowing that you can take care of a lot of situations right from the comfort of your own home. Again, I have so much gratitude for people who work in healthcare these days, because if their jobs weren't already so tedious, and I know so many healthcare workers that love their role, and God bless them for that, but to burden it when we can take care of some of these things from home, it's a no-brainer to me that we implement some of these ideas so that we can better take care of ourselves and alleviate some of the pressure that exists in healthcare today. Now, pictured here, you're going to see our number one essential oil blend for supporting a healthy immune response. This is one of the reasons we're here tonight, right? To talk community. You got to know about On Guard. So this one is a combination of essential oils. So you're looking at cinnamon and clove, and rosemary, and wild orange. And these combine together, and their chemical constituents work synergistically to be antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic. This is a powerhouse essential oil blend. It's one that it can't be missed in a household. So if you're thinking natural solutions and you're looking for no side effects, no risk of addiction, you're looking for a gentle approach, but an effective approach, this has to be part of your arsenal, On Guard. So not only does it support a healthy immune function, it can do some more practical things like soothing a sore throat. It's also great for cleansing homes. So as we talk about immunity throughout this conversation, I'm going to reference protection or support, not only in our bodies, but in our environments as well. So every time I do that, please know, and I'll remind you about this, but On Guard, it covers everything. In fact, all of these oils do. The same oil that you use to clean your countertops will likely be the same essential oil that you'll use for liver support and detoxification. So it's a fascinating world that you're getting comfortable with right now, or at least digging into a little bit. Let's talk about the third coolest thing about essential oils, and that's that they're affordable. There's this misconception that it's expensive to get started with essential oils, and it's just not the case. In fact, every one of our doTERRA essential oil bottles, the 15 ml bottles, like the ones you see pictured here, they have 250 drops in them. And doTERRA being as potent as they are, there is no need to be using more than a couple of drops in most situations. There's many instructions depending on what it is that you're looking to do, but it's a very minimal amount of essential oil that you're going to use for any purpose, really. So do keep that in mind. It's pennies for most treatments. Now, essential oils are in fact more affordable than modern healthcare today, and I want to illustrate this with a personal example, if you will. I'm a Canadian, and I know many of you are living outside of Canada, so the cost of what I'm about to describe is even greater for you. But in Canada, we don't pay for our visits to our doctor, so to speak. But if I need to go to the doctor or take someone in my family to see the doctor, I do have to take a morning or an afternoon off work. We typically wait around in waiting rooms a long time around here. So it's a full morning or full afternoon, or sometimes both. And that's time away from work, which has a cost associated with it. I also have to travel to my physician. So there's the cost of fuel. It's almost certain anytime you visit your physician, because this is the mode, the modality that they're trained in, is to prescribe medication to you. So you're inevitably going to receive a prescription medication that can cause side effects. So in a lot of cases now, you're adding the cost of a probiotic to offset the effects of the maybe antibiotic, as an example, that you received as a prescription. So it's not a zero cost situation. It really adds up quite significantly. And the personal example that I talked about before, I love sharing this example. My daughter is a competitive swimmer. And that means that she will experience swimmer's ear more often than anything else that she would encounter. But it's water in the ear. It's very uncomfortable. It's painful. It's basically an infection in the ear, swimmer's ear. And before I had the oils, I'm thinking that I've been with them for so long. I don't really remember 100% what I was like, but I think I would have taken her to the doctor because as a mom, I just want to have her feel better quick. You know what I'm saying? So that's all different now, because instead I have the solutions in my own home. So instead of taking time off work and driving to the doctor and blah, 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 and adding up all those costs, instead what I do is I use 2 drops of tea tree oil and 2 drops of lavender, and I massage them around her ear and down her neck, and I put her to bed because sleep is so super healing, as we all know. And in the morning, it's gone. The antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal properties, they go to work, combined with the healing properties of a good night of rest in the body, finding its homeostasis. We resolve the issue from home. And that, my friends, costs 64 cents for those 4 drops of oil. Not to mention that sense of empowerment, which is a priceless thing, having the solution in your home. Not to mention the burden that we relieve on our healthcare system right now. So I mentioned lavender, so I'll go into lavender just for a moment here. Lavender is probably something at some point you've experienced. If you've never experienced doTERRA's lavender, when you do, I want to encourage you to try to experience it for the first time, like you've never smelled it, because it's genuinely different than what you've experienced before. I remember feeling nauseous or headachy anytime I smelled anything that was lavender. I really thought I didn't like lavender until I met doTERRA's lavender that has this really earthy, beautiful, healing aroma to it. And my thoughts on lavender have completely shifted. And I witnessed that happen for so many other people. So what you should know about lavender is this: it's extra special. It is the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, is what we often call it, because it can be used in so many situations. It's calming on all levels, calming for the mind, calming for the skin, calming for flare-ups such as allergies. It is just generally so incredibly soothing. So that's an oil that you want to add to a must-have list, guaranteed. So those are the three cool things about essential oils. They're safe, they're effective, and they're affordable. What more could you want, right? Okay, let's move on to the three ways that you can use the essential oils. And I already know that you already know that you can smell essential oils. So the aromatic use of essential oils is a big one. It's actually, it is the most common, I would suggest, the most common way that people get started with their essential oils. Whoops. And that's because somebody has either taken the lid off of a bottle of essential oil, or they've dropped a couple drops into a diffuser, and you've had an experience with it. The beautiful thing about this is that smelling essential oils is a really profound thing. Your sense of smell is about 1,000 times more effective than any of your other senses. So, I can illustrate that by saying, you smell something and it's kind of like a song where it can transport you back in time. A smell can anchor in a memory, for example. It's really powerful stuff, the way your sense of smell works, how it triggers certain areas of the brain to create a reaction in the body. It works to positively affect mood. It can cleanse the air, which is a big thing that sometimes people don't know, that essential oils, when they're therapeutic grade, can cleanse the air. And in a time where immunity is at such a high priority for all of us, what a huge discovery to find out that using essential oils in your diffuser cleanse the air that you're breathing, which means that everyone who's in the vicinity of that diffuser will experience the benefits of that oil. That is awesome. Boosting immunity, boosting mood, boosting, respiratory function, you name it. It's a wonderful thing to be diffusing your essential oils at all times in your home. There's never a time when we're home that the diffusers aren't going. Let's move on to the topical use of essential oils, because remember when I shared the notion with you that everyone in your family can use essential oils? This is where I wanted to be specific about how they need to use the essential oils. So using them topically, it's important to dilute them so that you limit sensitivity. And this is really for everyone, okay? Because my computer is about, it's losing power. Guys, hold on for 1 second. This is real life happening right here. Okay, as I mentioned, friends, it's real life happening. Okay, that'll keep us in business. Everyone needs to dilute their essential oils. Not only does it limit sensitivity, but it allows the skin to absorb the essential oil more slowly, okay? When you use essential oils aromatically, you're taking in the compounds through your respiratory tract. When you use them topically, you're taking them in through your largest organ, which is skin. You want for that to be a slow process so that as the compounds travel throughout the body, you're receiving all of the benefits. So diluting is easy. It's not as tricky as it might sound. Maybe you've never even heard of it before, but all you need to do is combine your essential oil with a carrier oil. And that can be, I've got a few of them around. It can be avocado oil, it could be coconut oil. That's my favorite one. doTERRA has like a liquefied coconut oil, fractionated is what we call it. Jojoba oil is a great one if you're choosing to use your essential oils for like your skincare. It's beautiful for that. Basically, there are many that you can choose from. Topically, I love sharing with people where you would use the essential oils. So let's say you're using them because you're looking to target pain. You apply it to the area that's causing you issue. Elbows, knees, back, tension in the back of the neck, whatever. Use it in that area. If you're experiencing digestive discomfort, for example, apply it diluted to the abdominal area. Respiratory issues, apply it diluted to the chest. But one of the areas that you may not consider is the bottoms of the feet. So regardless of the reason you're using the essential oil, applying to the bottoms of the feet will ensure that all those large pores that are just waiting to absorb whatever they come into contact with are soaking it up and spreading it throughout the entire body, because no matter how you take the oils in, my friends, these compounds will travel throughout your entire body within minutes. So you'll get the benefits regardless of where you place it. And that's a great thing to know, okay? My kids used to kind of grill me on that a little bit, because I would use the digestive blend on the bottoms of their feet when they were feeling stomach discomfort. And it didn't make sense to them to apply something to their feet when it was their tummy that hurt. So they have since learned and discovered that it doesn't matter where it gets applied. Once it's absorbed into the body, it will create that reaction, that desired reaction, and achieve your goal. So keep that in mind. That's the second way that you can use your essential oils. Now, the third way might be new to you. You might even have been taught up until this point that you shouldn't use essential oils internally. May I remind you, and again, do your own due diligence on this. doTERRA is the only company that tests their oils 54 different ways. So beyond the shadow of a doubt, we know exactly what is in each one of the bottles of essential oils. So if we're taking lemon to support the detoxification process, we know that what's in that bottle is nothing but cold pressed lemon. There are no pesticides, no contaminants of any kind. So in their pure and potent form, there are some safe ways to use it, of course, but we highly encourage the internal usage of the essential oils. There's so many benefits to taking it internally. So some of the ways you may consider taking it internally would be this. I just mentioned lemon because it's one that comes to mind, that and other citrus oils. A single drop in a glass of water is a great way to get your oils into you internally. And it flavors your water, creates a brand new experience. You'll probably notice yourself hydrating far more often, and it creates that desired response in the body. There's also something called veggie caps from doTERRA. Little capsules that you can pull apart. You put the essential oil of your choice inside the capsule, close it back up, consume it, and receive the benefits in that way. So that's a great way to take it internally. There's a couple that can be taken under the tongue. How else can you use them internally? In the kitchen, we use a lot of our oils for cooking. Remember, they're like the herbal counterpart. They're just more potent. So there are several oils that we use in our kitchen for cooking. Oregano in our spaghetti sauce, cinnamon and much of my baking. There are just lots of different ways that you can take the oils in internally and keep it extremely safe while experiencing the benefits of the oil. We should talk more about that if that's something that you would like to learn more about. But again, just to recap, aromatic usage, topical usage, and internal usage are the three ways that you can use your essential oils. I'm going to whiz through some of these key oils and give you just a couple of points on each of them. And the reason I choose these, because we're focusing on immunity tonight. We're focusing on some of the fundamental pieces of information you need to know about essential oils. And I like calling these ones out because these ones are typically found in our starter packs. So as I bring you into awareness about what's available from a starter pack perspective, you'll notice that some of these key oils that any household would benefit from having in the beginning are found in the kits. So let me just buzz through a few of them for you. Lemon, we talked about it being a great detoxifier. Keep in mind, these slides kind of speak for themselves. A stands for aromatic use, T for topical, I for internal. If you bring these oils into your home, you're a little worried about not remembering how to use them, there's a great pullback label that again reminds you of the ways that you can use them. Plus, we plug you into resources that resonate with you. So if you do get started with doTERRA essential oils, not only will you have my support or the support of the person who invited you to this class, but we'll plug you into things that will help you along your learning journeys. Like, for example, there are apps that you can use. For some people, apps are everything. For other people, it's a textbook or video tutorials, or maybe all of those things are up your alley. We will plug you into those. They're free. Sometimes apps will end up costing, just depends what you're getting into. But our ongoing training in this on this team, we provide all of that for free for you. We really want you to feel like you made a great decision, and we want you to feel confident in all of the ways that you can use the oils. So lemon, great for cleansing the home, great for cleansing the body. Frankincense is the reason I came to doTERRA long ago. It promotes feelings of calm. It's superb for helping the cells regenerate, which makes it ideal for using in your skincare routine. It helps cells perform optimally. The Digest Zen, this is in Canada, this one's called Zengest. This one is fabulous for all digestive discomfort. So from constipation to diarrhea and everything in between. This is not one that you would be using on a daily basis, I would hope, but this is one that you are so grateful that you have on hand when it is needed. Deep Blue, great for aches and pains, superb for helping treat joints, muscles, you name it. Great for treating tension as well. Breathe, this one goes by another name in Canada also, and it is known as Easy Air, and it is all things respiratory. Wild Orange, one of my favorite energizing essential oils. Lots of practical uses for it too, but it can combine so nicely with some of the other blends for a lovely diffuser and aromatic experience. Adaptive is known as our mental wellness blend, and this one is great for easing feelings of nervousness. If you suffer from any level of anxiety, I'm a travel anxiety kind of person. I use Adaptive quite regularly, whether I'm traveling by plane, train, automobile. This is a great support system. Copaiba, wonderful for soothing aches and pains. Really settles the central nervous system down. So this one makes a great addition to any diffuser recipe. Can also be applied to the bottoms of the feet. It has very, very little aroma, I find. So it pairs very well with just about everything. Citrus Bliss, wonderful for a pure fume, using this as something that you would wear in lieu of maybe some of the more toxic products that you've used in the past, like perfumes and body lotions. And that kind of brings us to this question that I always ask everyone who's getting started with their essential oils is, what are your top health concerns? I know for those of you watching, one of your top concerns obviously is immunity and immune support. And I hope by reviewing some of those key oils, it has brought some awareness to how you can integrate essential oils into some of the easiest spaces, things that you might not have considered before, for a really optimal effect. And they have a layered effect also. You could be working on building immunity within your body, but you could then be looking at removing some of the toxicity in your home, which further encourages a healthy immune response in the body. So many different ways, and I'd love to create a protocol specifically for you. So definitely give some consideration to what your top health priorities are. The ones I hear about most often are reducing stress, supporting a healthy night of sleep. Sometimes our health goals are not even really about us, but have something to do with people we live with, helping your child manage their emotional well-being, things like that. And I want you to, for a moment, imagine that those concerns could go away. with something very simple like adding essential oils into your daily routine. It's very possible that we can find the right protocol that can help you reach your health goals. And that's a thrill for me to be able to work with you or the person who invited you to this class, connect with them. The level of knowledge in the doTERRA community is beyond what you would expect, truly. Now, it wouldn't be a class on immunity, nor would it be a class on fundamentals if I didn't mention our number one product, which is our lifelong vitality supplements. So we are an essential oils company, yes, but our number one selling product takes it a step back, more foundational, and that's with our daily supplements routine. The coolest thing you need to know about this at this point is that you can try them with zero risk. So doTERRA is so confident that you will experience a boost in energy, reduction in pain, that they're willing to let you try it for 30 days. That is to say, you would order the three bottles that you see here. That's our Lifelong Vitality Collection. Use them as instructed. And if they don't deliver on their promise, you can get your money back. So for those of you who already supplement, I always say you're kind of the perfect person to try these out because you have a framework or a benchmark on how your supplements work. So you could easily try this for a month and see how it compares, no risk. For those of you who don't supplement, you have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So it's a no-brainer that at some point soon, you would add Lifelong Vitality to your collection. Because once you become a wholesale customer with doTERRA, you're a member of the community and you have access to discounted prices, including things like your Lifelong Vitality supplements. So I'll leave it at that. That's a whole other class, but you really needed to know about that because your oils will only work so well if you have a good, healthy foundation. Are they ever going to maximize the results you can achieve? So there's 3 ways to purchase the essential oils, and I'm going to give you a glimpse into that right now. And then we're going to explore something that is brand new with doTERRA's immunity focus. So there's an actual immunity kit or wellness program. There's lots of words used interchangeably here, but I want to introduce you to it because, again, like I said before, when you become one of doTERRA's community members, you have access to some of the greatest products and information and programs out there. So I'll show you that one in a minute. So there's 3 ways to purchase. You could purchase at retail if you really wanted to. But that's the most expensive way to purchase. And you're typically only going to see that in salons, professional settings like a chiropractor's office, for example. There's definitely a better way to do it, and that is through a wholesale experience. Wholesale with doTERRA if you're in Canada, it's $42 to be a wholesale customer. If you are in the US, it's $35. And what that does is it opens you up to discounted prices. So anything, lifestyle products, essential oils, the lifelong vitality supplements, you name it, anything you want to get your hands on, you will always get a discount. It works kind of like Costco that way. There's no minimum requirements. There's no, you have to purchase X number of times. You can start and stop it whenever the heck you want. But every time you purchase for that year that you're a member, you will get a discounted price. And if you love it the way we know you'll love it, they'll ask you, do you want to renew this? And you can decide from there. There's an even better way though, and that is with our starter kits. So you wouldn't have to pay that startup fee of $42 or $35. You could identify a package that would meet your health goals, and immediately you would have access to discounted prices, access to programs, access to information. It's really the best complete experience. So let me just show you some of those packages because there's a lot of variety. We like to meet you where you're at. So depending on what your health goals are, one of these kits is likely to pique your interest. I'll buzz through them. I don't have details on them because I want to have a conversation with you or the person who invited you to class. wants to have a conversation with you, because we want to pair you up with what you actually need. You know, if you're not going to use certain things, then we can start much smaller, and, you know, educate you along the way. You can always add to your collection over time. But what you can expect from us as team members, myself or the person who invited you, you can expect a welcome packet from me, a personalized consultation, access to VIP groups. We do community events, or sometimes we do giveaways, and you basically get ongoing support as often or you know, as intermittent as you need. It's there for you. Okay, so that's an expectation that you can count on. We'll show you some of these starter kits. I love this one. It's the ultimate sampler kit, I like to say, because you get a small little diffuser and 10 of doTERRA's top selling essential oils. They're little guys though. They're only 5 mils. So instead of 250 drops in them, there's only 80 in these. But if you're on your own, or you're just looking to dip your toe in the water of using essential oils, this one might be a great place to start. The Healthy Habits Kit, many people know right away that the whole reason they're even looking into doTERRA is because they're working from the inside out. That is the person who needs to start with the Healthy Habits Kit. It does come with 5 of the top oils, but its main ingredient is the lifelong vitality supplements that we talked about. There's also the digestive enzymes and a few other key products to help along that lifestyle shift. This one's my favorite. I'm biased. This is the one I started with a long time ago. It's kind of like the first one I showed you, the Ultimate Sampler one. And this one has a bigger diffuser, and it's got 10 of the full size essential oil bottles. What I love about this kit is that it's 3 times the amount of oil, but it's not 3 times the price as the first one I showed you. So in terms of value, this one I believe is really where it's at. For those of you who are here because you're looking to transition into a non-toxic lifestyle, that is to say, you're looking to transition away from some of those personal care or household items that have been creating a burden on your body. You know, you're wondering why you always have sickness, you're always catching colds. It could just be because your body is always trying to digest those toxic chemicals in your environment. And if you've had enough of that, if you're looking to raise your level of immunity, the Healthy Home Kit might be exactly what you had in mind. This is our big guy, the Natural Solutions Kit. There's always someone out there that just wants to start clean, you know, bring the best oils into their home, bring the best lifestyle products into their home, have a diffuser, have a place to store them. And for that person, the Natural Solutions Kit is totally where it's at. On the opposite side of that spectrum, there are many people who want to start, but are very aware of budget. And I love sharing the Simple Solutions for those individuals, because Simple Solutions only comes with 4 products. And those 4 products target the 4 main pillars of health. So the Deep Blue Tube would target pain and discomfort. Lemon would be your detoxification oil. On Guard is your immune oil, and Serenity would be your sleep or restful blend. So you hit 4 main pillars of health. And then the idea with this collection is that you would customize it to meet your specific health needs. So that could mean that you're adding, I don't know, a bottle of Adaptive, or maybe the lifelong vitality supplements. You take it in whatever direction you want. But the nicest thing about the starter kits is that you're not paying to become a member. You're automatically going to get the benefits of membership, which is the discount that I mentioned before, by starting with a starter kit. Plus, anytime, we all know this, anytime you buy a bundled anything, you're getting a deal. Because if you were to dissect all of the pieces, you would notice very quickly that each of them added up is far more than the cost of the bundle. So definitely, if you're looking to get started, start with a kit. That's the best thing to do. I mentioned before, if you have questions, I am going to be available to you. I am a doTERRA educator. I have expertise in a variety of areas, but my commitment is always making sure, above all else, that you feel confident with the decisions that you're making. So if essential oils are for you, and you just need to know a couple of key ways to use some of the unique ones that you're bringing into your home, cool, let's ask me those. If you need for me to create an entire personalized protocol for you because you have no idea how to get started, that's great too. Let's start from the start. All right, so these are all the different ways that you can reach me. You can screenshot this, you can write one of them down, whatever you need to do, just be in touch, and I'm looking forward to helping you. Now, remember I said that there were some perks when you joined doTERRA, and by join, guys, please understand what I mean by that. You're not locked into anything. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Not locked into anything. You get discount prices, access to programs, all the information, you get all the good stuff. One of the coolest programs that was added about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, is our wellness program with a focus on, in this case, what we're talking about tonight, immunity. I'm going to show it to you. And I know we've talked about a lot of things that support immunity tonight already, but this kit is only for doTERRA members. So you, as you consider becoming a member, consider the fact that this is something you'll be able to get your hands on in the very near future. All right, it's something that solves a lot of issues and creates a ton of simplicity for you. Two things that I know we all crave. The wellness programs they're threefold. Because we're talking immunity tonight, I'm only going to show you the one here in the orange packaging. Just know that there's also one that supports mind and mood, and there's also one that supports like pain, relief, discomfort, that kind of thing, okay? But the immunity collection was designed to offer you a package that speaks to all levels of immunity. So if you're in Canada, we call this collection the support collection. If you're watching from the US, it is an immunity collection, and it rolls out just a little bit differently. Let me get into both of them here very briefly. The support collection in Canada, you would add this to your cart. So you're a member, you can just add support collection. You're going to receive On Guard sanitizing spray, Purify, basically the list that you see in front of you, that would ship right to your home with targeted information and tutorial on how to use each of the products. There's a barcode that you scan and it delivers information on how to use all of these products. It is the coolest thing ever to receive it in a package like this. Now, it'll take some time learning all the different ways you would want to implement the products, but remember, you just learned the 3 key ways to use your oils tonight. You're going to use them aromatically, always. You're going to get them on your skin as well. So not only are you going to take the oils and their benefits in through your respiration, you're also going to absorb them through your skin. And you'll notice in the collections, there's a couple of pre-diluted roller balls. So you won't have to do a darn thing other than use the benefits of these oils, okay? In the US, and if you're Canadian, you can access this too. This is the cool thing why I bring it up. Your immunity kit offering is just a little bit different. It is multiplied by 3. So in Canada, you get the 1 collection. But if you're in the US or you're a Canadian who wants to buy from our US warehouse, you can do that. I do that. You put the immunity kit in your cart, and in month 1, you're going to receive a collection of products targeted at boosting your immunity. And those can include, I won't say them all, but sanitizing mist, the On Guard foaming hand wash. Basically, we're talking about the body and the environment in terms of boosting immunity. In month number 2, you don't have to do a darn thing because you already put the immune kit in your cart once. Now you can enjoy kind of kicking back and waiting to see what else comes. Because in month 2, that is the following month, you will receive another kit with all products focused around continuing to boost your immunity, adding to that supportive collection that will automatically ship to your home. And in month 3, same idea, you will receive a 3rd installment of this immunity kit collection. You don't have to do anything but add it to your cart one time. This is super exciting. And within these kits, you have access to products that aren't normally available through doTERRA. So it's really quite a beautiful experience. And I bring this up in this Essential Oils Made Easy class because I know many of you are considering getting started with your oils. That's why we started with the foundational information. I also know that all of us resonate with the idea of boosting immunity and doing it in a way that is super simple. So once you become a member, I needed for you to know that you would have access to ordering these packages. It would keep life so simple for you, right? So that's a super exciting thing. What did I want to add to that? Oh, one of the best parts. Guys, when you decide that you're going to add one of these wellness programs to your life, you will also have an option as you're ordering it to select a few additional key products with a 20% savings attached to them. So being a member with doTERRA is access into a world of awesome health products. You can't access this any other way other than becoming a member. And again, membership is simply access to discount, access to the best possible programs and products. I am going to get us concluded because I only like to keep you here with me for about an hour because again, I know time is precious. I want to encourage you, if you've heard something here that you think would resonate with people that you know, we tend to attract people with similar thinking to us, right? If you think to yourself, I have a sister or mother or friends that could really benefit from this information and you would like to host them in a situation just like this is the cool thing about virtual living now. Nobody has to clean their home. You don't have to put snacks out or anything like that. When we say be a host for a doTERRA class, it's simply getting your friends together and hosting it virtually. When you do that, every person that shows up to the class, I will fill one of these sample vials for you and I will make sure you get this handy little sample keychain holder that you can attach to your purse or your diaper bag or backpack, wherever it's convenient for you. But people love this keychain because it gives you access to all your favorite oils in a really convenient spot. And this is my gift to you for hosting a class. Simple as that. If you have 4 people that come, I will fill 4 bottles for you. If you have 8 people that come, I'm going to fill 8 for you. That's the beauty of it. Simple, right? The last thing I want to leave you with is I want to remind you that the reason you came to class, the reason that you're beginning to explore this idea of natural health and the solutions that are available to you is because you've had experiences leading up to this moment. I would encourage you to keep learning, ask questions, get serious about adding essential oils into your daily routine because, as I mentioned at the start of class, there isn't a person on the planet who won't benefit physically, emotionally, or mentally. All 3 of them. You can't separate the 3. You will benefit from using the essential oils. We're harnessing the power that Mother Nature has provided for us. Give this some thought. Reach out. Let me know how I can support you in getting started. Let the person who invited you to this class know that you're ready to get started, and ask for that personalized consultation. We'll walk you through this. I want to thank you all very much for watching tonight. As I mentioned before, I know time is so super precious, and I appreciate the fact that you've dedicated some time to getting familiar with essential oils. Thank you so much, everyone, and stay happy and healthy.